big to recap, they really did give the Zabriskie Triangle dance that him, Shaggy, and Maddie Ziegler did that lit the entire universe and shattered an enormous glass dome. And they also brought up him, Shaggy, and the other members surviving the destruction of the current timeline of the evil entity. At this point, I really don't know how Courage's feats are gonna even stack up, because most of the feats are like consistently at star level from what I've searched up. First, from like him, like one example was like Eustace like survived being turned into like constellations. I bet I didn't watch this episode of Death Battle, but I'm pretty sure they might bring that up. And I feel like none of Courage's feats are even going to be closer to what they gave for Scoob. We'll see. All right, Courage, let's see what you got.
We interrupt this program to
bring you
Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show, starring Courage, the Cowardly Dog.
Abandoned as a pup, he was found by Muriel, who lives in the middle of nowhere
well.
with her husband, Eustace Bag.
But creepy stuff happens in nowhere.
It's up to Courage to save his new home.
Stupid whiz, you made me look bad. Ooga booga booga!
You're breathing on me. Get away.
Oh my god.
Sorry, but who wouldn't be excited for one of animation's
All right, Courage, let's
mightiest
see what you
mutts?
got.
Courage is an adorable pink
Beagle.
beagle with a heart of gold and an
Friends of
undying
Scooby.
love for his
Like
doting
how they
Scottish
mentioned it,
mistress.
Scooby's and
Beagles are hair hunters with intense separation
dog,
anxiety,
dear
excellent
boy.
senses of smell, and a set of lungs that'll knock your socks off.
Not
All of
named
which
Sticky
fits
Lou,
Courage to a
thank
T, especially the howling part.
To
Oh, yeah,
be
the
fair,
howling, yeah.
Courage has a lot to howl about. Nowhere USA is a magnet for interdimensional weirdness, attracting some of
originally
the
gonna go for Courage
strangest
for a
freaks
second.
in the world.
Like
That's just
master
real.
criminals, cats, and LeQuack,
But Scooby
mattress
also
demons,
has
mummies,
space against
werewolves,
the
mad scientists, gods and goddesses, aliens, robots, alien robots, this chicken, the king of Flan, and of
Yep.
course the United States government.
Yeah.
Poor Courage is absolutely terrified of all of
Yeah,
it.
he's also
but his
a
devotion
coward.
to Muriel means he'll always step up and fight the good fight.
Good thing he's kind of a genius. He's a brilliant
True.
engineer capable of whipping up the most devious of traps almost instantly. And
Right.
he's got an unending supply of tools at his disposal.
Everything from his trusty mallets
Ray
to
gun.
grappling hooks, ray guns, flamethrowers,
Oh, the
chainsaws,
God Bone.
bombs, beagle-sized cannons,
Mind control
yo-yos, a
helmet.
mind control helmet, vampire hunting gear, and the God Bone.
An ancient artifact that is
See, I was wondering
completely
if the bone was
irresistible
actually
to
gonna
any
work
mortal
on
dog,
Scooby.
forcing them to lick it
he
until
can
they
resist.
die.
Scooby can
Except
resist
for
mind
courage,
control.
of course. I guess if you have the will power to stare down a gigantic purple foot mobster, you can resist even the most delicious of treats.
And he can pull all of this stuff out of his ass anytime he wants. Always has exactly what he needs.
All thanks to his computer. named
Computer.
A sentient desktop which knows almost anything and everything, even if he
Yeah.
has a bit of an attitude.
Yeah, it insults
Which
him.
means he's always prepared, especially when he can shapeshift his body into literally anything he can
Right.
think of.
From inanimate objects to monsters to different animation mediums entirely. Courage
Oh.
usually uses this as a form of charades to communicate with others, but don't get it twisted. These aren't just visual animation gags. His body is actually shapeshifting.
Courage's
Oh.
body is a canvas upon which his imagination
Ross.
runs wild. He can stretch to crazy
Oh,
lengths,
yeah, they're
shrink
bringing
to
people for him.
microscopic sizes,
Or
turn
ball awareness.
invisible, appear
Basically
anywhere
the
he
same
wants,
things that
or
Scoob
duplicate
has.
himself.
He's also effectively immune to damage. Oh, he still feels pain, but apparently his sheer terror overrides it.
Like the times
Yep.
he tore himself in half or turned himself fully inside out. The
Yeah,
dude
Jesus
somehow
Christ.
vaporized his entire body completely without even ash remaining, and he just popped back good as new.
Classic cartoon shenanigans, but technically anatomically correct. Until it isn't. Courage
Cool.
can create objects from his imagination and often breaks the fourth wall, directly addressing the audience.
Now, you would think being an impossible-to-kill force of nature would boost his confidence a bit, but
True.
isn't that what anxiety does to you? It undermines your sense of self-worth and magnifies the problems around you.
Yeah.
Sure, but Courage is also fighting gods just as powerful as himself. Like this enormous alien which could spike meteors so hard it spun the Earth 1,000 years into the future. That's
Oh.
crazy.
Then
Okay.
Courage got shot out of a
he
cannon
does
that
for
punched
love.
him through the moon, only to get
Nuclear
slapped by that
explosion.
same alien and sent crashing back to the planet. And he was fine.
Courage is strong enough to physically patch up holes in the ozone layer,
Okay,
hold
okay.
stars in his hands, and scream so loud he
Shattered
shattered
the sun. Yeah.
A scream like that would be like getting hit with over 100 septillion hydrogen bombs
100
all at
septillion.
once, which
That's
is,
quite a ton of
you know,
68
a lot.
kilotons.
Keep in mind, the sound waves of his scream would have had to travel near vacuum of space.
Oh.
Basically a complete scientific impossibility.
Next time you replace my beers in the fridge with LaCroix, I'm getting my boy Jack Spaniels to blow up the sun. You've been warned.
That's
stand
not all.
back.
One time he operated a Peloton controlling a UFO and pedaled it fast to fly past Saturn, enter
fast is that?
hyperspace, and cross the Milky Way galaxy.
Though
Okay.
Courage's greatest challenge came from inside his very home. A monster who tortures his poor every single day. A depraved, psychotic motherfucker. The
Oh.
true Prince of Darkness. The greatest villain in cartoon history.
Eustace.
Eustace.
He even collected all of Courage's
Yeah, that's
greatest
true.
foes like a legion of doom, all to mercilessly beat Courage to a pulp in a game of dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
It gives all rednecks
Yeah.
a bad name,
He hates
Wiz.
Courage.
I want to end him. Low.
Okay, well, Courage's accumulated PTSD always held him back until he met a kindred spirit,
Oh, Scooby.
another cowardly monster hunting hound, Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Together, they discover the source of Nowhere's
There are
weirdness,
nowhere. Give
a
Courage
dark
a legitimate
matter meteor
finale.
that controlled reality itself.
Originally,
Yeah,
the
both
meteor
episodes.
that wiped out the dinosaurs. Its dark matter can rewrite the laws of physics, control minds, and turn Courage into a giant kaiju.
Oh,
Taking
giant
the meteor
otter
for
wings.
himself, Courage finally faced his fears, defeating this cicada queen goddess
Cicada
thing
queen.
and saving his family once and for all. Yes, even Eustace.
Yeah.
So let that be a lesson to any who would encroach upon the Bag's humble farm. It has a protector.
He may be small and he may be scared, but standing up to our fears is what makes us brave in the first place. That's why his name is Courage.
The end. Nice.
This episode of Death Battle sponsored by Shady Rays.
Are you excited for the season ahead? Well, you're gonna need quality shades that are built to last.
These are legitimately
And your
my
farm.
favorite sunglasses I've ever owned, and I've gotten quite a few compliments about them.
And that doesn't happen often for him.
Don't. Okay, there we go.